Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so have you ever looked at a cognitive assessment or a competitive exam and felt like you were just staring at a massive wall of random numbers and letters? Well, I want to completely reframe that for you right now. You see, these aren't just tedious tests of rote memorization. No way. They are actual mysteries, specifically engineered and just waiting for you to solve them. Today, we're going to crack the code on the foundations of logical patterns and mathematical reasoning. Can you spot the hidden rule? That right there is the fundamental question at the heart of literally every aptitude test. It's not about what you already know, it's about how quickly you can figure out what you don't know. Okay, let's dive into this and see if you've got what it takes to find the hidden logic in everyday patterns. To get there, we're going to uncover 5 specific tools today to help you conquer any cognitive assessment. We'll start with the Logic Puzzle Toolkit, then move into decoding numbers and letters, explore cracking symbolic transformations, look at mapping logical relationships, and finally, bring the whole shebang together in mastering your aptitude. All right, first up, Section 1, the Logic Puzzle Toolkit, the foundations of reasoning. Think of this toolkit as your foundational decoder ring for almost any cognitive challenge. I know a lot of folks see this material and just groan, thinking it's nothing but tedious math. But actually, scratch that, it's a total misconception. This toolkit rigorously tests your analytical speed, it sharpens your pattern recognition, and it measures your reasoning under pressure. Really, it's like a high-intensity interval workout for your brain's agility. Moving right along to Section 2, decoding numbers and letters, rapid progressions. We're going to frame these next concepts not as boring math problems, but as exercises in identifying rapid progressions. We'll begin with the number series. By definition, a number series is just a sequence of numbers arranged according to some hidden rule. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to identify that governing logic. Because once you find the rule, boom, you can perfectly predict exactly what comes next. 2, 4, 8, 16. I'll pause for just a second. Go ahead and mentally guess the next number. You probably felt your brain immediately trying out different mathematical operations, right? Just trying to see what bridges the gap between these figures. So, what exactly governs this logic? Well, if you guessed 32, you are absolutely right. You spotted the hidden rule, which in this specific case is a geometric progression, where each number is multiplied by 2. But, that's just one of several common mathematical patterns they like to throw at you. Now, what's really interesting here is how varied these hidden rules can be. They usually fall into a few clear buckets. You've got your arithmetic progressions, like 2, 4, 6, 8, where you just add a constant. You have geometric, which we literally just saw. You have squares, 1, 4, 9, 16. And then, oh boy, you have those tricky alternating operations, where the rule bounces back and forth between adding and multiplying. Recognizing these variations right off the bat is your absolute first key to speed. And that naturally brings us to the letter series. Now, here is the secret. The exact same pattern-seeking logic we just used for numbers, it perfectly applies here. It's just using alphabets instead. You're still looking for progressions, rules, and mathematical distance, but you're doing it across the 26 letters of the alphabet. For instance, look at A, C, E, G. Your brain immediately sees we're skipping a letter, right? It's just a simple shift. But look at the second example, AZ, BY, CX. Now this is a coded sequence. You've got the alphabet running forward with A, B, C, paired directly with the alphabet running backward with Z, Y, X. Recognizing that specific transformation pattern is the ultimate key to solving these without even breaking a sweat. Next up, Section 3, cracking symbolic transformations, strict rule application. Here, our focus really shifts away from continuous flowing sequences and moves toward a strict rule application and absolute precision. Let's talk about codes. Codes are symbolic transformations where words, letters, or numbers are converted according to a hidden rule. Coding and decoding problems are honestly fascinating, mostly because finding the rule is only half the battle. These problems are the ultimate test of your consistency in applying a transformation once you actually uncover it. And this brilliantly illustrates that exact point. Take the word cat. When it's transformed into DBU, you can see the absolute precision at play. C becomes D, A becomes B, and T becomes U. It is a strict +1 alphabetic shift across the board. So once that rule is cracked, you must rigorously apply it to your new target. If a test asks you to code DOG using that exact same rule, you just do the +1 shift. D becomes E, O becomes P, and G becomes H. DOG turns into EPH. It requires absolute consistency because one tiny slip of the alphabet and the whole answer is wrong. Moving on to section 4, mapping logical relationships, mapping connections. Okay, this section requires a totally different mental muscle. We're focused entirely on mapping a hierarchy and logical connections. Relationships in this context are logical connections between elements. Think family relations, analogies, or hierarchical structures. And let's be real for a second. The family trees that give you in these exams are often way more complicated and convoluted than figuring out who is who at your own real-life Thanksgiving dinner. Let's actually walk through a classic relational problem together, step by step. I'm going to slow our pacing down just a bit to map this out carefully. Step 1. A is the brother of B. Okay, so they're siblings. Step 2. B is the mother of C. Now we've got a generational drop. Step 3. How is A related to C? Well, if A is the brother to C's mother, then A is C's uncle. Notice how careful relational mapping prevents you from just jumping to the wrong conclusion. You really have to visualize the tree. Finally, section 5, mastering your aptitude, synthesizing your skills. Let's move to this overview and see exactly how this builds. This is where we synthesize these 4 distinct tools into one master key for your overall success. Number series, train your basic pattern recognition. Letter series, build your alphabetic logic. Codes, enforce your consistency in applying rules. And relationships, they enhance your relational reasoning. Together, they form a totally comprehensive workout for your analytical mind. So why does this matter to you? Well, because these elements are universally used in aptitude tests for a very good reason. They sharpen problem-solving skills, demand incredible attention to detail, and measure both your speed and accuracy. Ultimately, they evaluate your true academic and professional potential because they test how you actually think, not just what you happen to have memorized. I absolutely love this, and I want to highlight this quote directly from the source material. Mastering these equips individuals with the ability to tackle complex problems systematically. By engaging with this explainer, you aren't just learning how to pass a test. You're building a systematic approach that you can apply to literally any complex problem you encounter in your career or life. That's a real game changer. We've explored the foundational logic behind these assessments, and now you've got the toolkit. So I'll leave you with this provocative thought. Now that your pattern recognition skills are sharpened, what hidden rules will you decode in your everyday life? Keep observing, keep questioning, and definitely keep decoding.